What did you make of the game overall? Did you think you might get something?
In the end, yes, only because whether we deserved it or not, probably over the 90 minutes, no. But when you get a rhythm in the game, and of course we've got the one goal back, and you're in the ascendancy, then particularly with some of the corners that we had at the end, you think it might be your day. But in a game where I thought we started well, I thought the goals knocked us and knocked that little bit of sort of confidence out of us, and then it becomes more of an uphill battle. Particularly the second goal. I mean, they are such a talented team on the ball, and such an athletic team on the ball. It's very difficult to get to them how you would like to. So the first goal, I think, it's a poor goal from our point, but they can do that. The second one is one that is very much avoidable, and so I think it knocks us. And all you do is, during a half-time talk, you ask them to respond. And at least I think we've finished the game with a good response in a good second half that I hope we can take forward.
Chris, Eden Hazard's preferred position might not be in that false nine area, but how difficult is it to stop them placing that?
Very difficult, and what we see here is a world-class player, and we know that. We've got big experience of that, because he was, if we thought he was difficult, this season, last season he was perhaps even better. And when you got them type of players in that type of team, it's very close. It's very difficult to get close to them, and you have to do that by a team performance. And I said we got to grips with it, I thought, better in the second half period than what we did, probably from about 15 minutes onwards.
Chris, what did you make of Alonso's yellow card? I mean, March looks like he's clean through and he's pulled him down.
My first impression, which it would be on the side, is that it's a red card. That was my first impression. I haven't seen it again. What I do understand is that it is a difficult decision with the pace and the ball, and whether Solly would have been right through or not. So that I can understand a bit. I still think there were referees that would have given, because of the nature, last man. And so what I do think was wrong was that he should have been on a yellow anyway. There were two incidents, particularly the second incident, which he pulls back Anthony Knockout, which is generally always a yellow card. So should he be sent off? Yes, he should have been sent off. Should have been a straight red card. I do think it's debatable, but some referees certainly would have given it.
Was that yellow card the one that should have been? Was that the one that happened in the first 10 minutes?
No. Yeah, well, there were two incidences, particularly the one, there was one on our side, particularly the one on the far side with Anthony Knockout. I think it was when he's pulled Anthony back. He should have been on a yellow. When if somebody has fouled or impeded or pulled somebody back on one occasion, fine. But when it's more than that, then he should have been on a yellow anyway. So I'm more angry about the fact that he stayed on the pitch because of the accumulation, as opposed to that one incident.
It sounds as if the referee might have explained the not sending off to you, or not.
The fourth official, Kevin Friend, explained it to me. He didn't think that Solly would have been in control of the ball. So there's part of it I understand. In the pace of the game, I still think that because he's last man and because of the intensity of the game, the crowd and whatever, I think there would have been a lot of referees that would have given a straight red.
Tendone seemed very aggrieved with that challenge by Louise, or his challenge, and there was something that went on, but he didn't. The referee only put Tendone. Did he see anything there?
Yes, I did. Yes, what's whether the question will be, and I presume that others will see it again and make their comments on it, is how much contact there is. There is definite kicking out by Louise. How much contact is on Andoni, I don't know. But as regards an intent, it's certainly there, and as regards the action, it's certainly there. So a referee would have to make a decision on whether he penalises Louise for the action itself, or the intent itself, or the contact.
Starting to get a nice little competition up front there, Chris, between Andoni and Glenn Murray. That's going to help you in the second half of the season, isn't it?
Yes, and it's what I want. And Florin, I thought had done really well on certainly the game he came on, the game he started at Huddersfield. Didn't think he did so well in our last game at Burnley, but that might have been a consequence of having not played and then having two big impacts in the games before, and probably his levels. And of course, what we've got is Glenn, who has scored goals. But that's what I want. I think it's good, and of course Locadio as well. That would probably feel a little bit aggrieved that he hasn't played more. We will need that type of competition going into this second half of the season.
Chris, was Alireza available? Or was it
No, he wasn't. No, he
setback,
he's had a very, very slight setback, which we had to make a decision today whether to play him or not take the risk. So we decided not to take the risk today, hence that's why he wasn't on the bench. But as regards, if you're asking me, do I think he'll be fit for next weekend, then the answer is yes, I do. I think he'll be fit. It was really a precaution that I think when somebody's at a stage where they've come through an injury and they're at the end of it, and if you're still a little bit unsure, then it's not right to take that risk. But I think it would be fine.
Was Jose the injury? Is he?
Jose's injured. Yeah.
Just one other thing. Do you know yet an actual date when Matty will go? Do you know what game he's going to be available up until?
Yes and no. Yes, I know, but I know, but you don't. So, which means yes, I do know, but I can't tell you.